Men like to talk in circles, and men like to talk as if they're being truthful and honest when really everything that's coming out of their mouth is bullshit. And whenever a man is telling someone, a woman, oh, well, I don't care about your degree, your education is worthless, that doesn't do anything for me, this is actually what he means.
Women in poverty, I can control them better. A girl who can't afford to say, you Corey, I'm gone. She just can't afford to do it. So I take advantage of that. Now, that might be wrong, but her poverty and my needs, most of the time,
Men are always speaking in code terms because they understand no woman is going to be turned on by hearing a man say some shit like that, because that's the honest truth. That's actually how they feel about a woman having an education. Men are only looking at logistics. Men are only looking at what you have to offer that will benefit them. You having an education will not benefit them because you have the ability to leave. That is the reason why they did not allow women to work. They did not allow women to have rights, because men understand that when women have money, women are powerful. That's the reason why men hoarded resources from women, because they understand that when women have resources, women are not willfully going to be under the thumb of a man. The only way that a woman will deal with a man is if she does not have resources. This is the reason why I get a lot of comments on topics such as this, and men will sit here and be like, oh, well, I can't wait until the president keeps hiking up the prices of everything. That way you all can be in poverty. Yeah, they're saying that because they want women to be so broke that as a last resort, you all will cohabitate with men, and then they will turn you into a slave that cannot leave. Men ultimately understand that a woman that has an education has more money. She can leave. She doesn't have to put up with your bullshit. And I had realized this when I was in college getting my first degree. There were a lot of women that complained about their husbands. The whole reason why they were in school was to get an education and make money to leave their fucking husband. They literally would tell me, I cannot stand my fucking husband, but I don't have the financial security to be able to leave. If I could leave tomorrow and I had the money to be able to do so, to provide for myself and provide for my children, I would do it. That is the reason why they knock y'all up. Knocking y'all up is just a way for them to invest in the fact that you are going to stay, because now instead of you only being able to take care of yourself, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in addition to yourself to take care of, which means that you are going to need more money financially to be able to do that. We're talking about the gender of men who literally don't want to pay child support. They don't want to pay child support because they don't want you to be in a situation where you can actually take care of your own children without their help. Because if it was really about, oh, well, I don't want women to take my money, and, you know, if I knock her up, she's going to use me for child support, well, then get full custody of the child then. You'll have full custody, and then she could pay you child support. But they never want to resort to that, because at the end of the day, it's always about control. It's always about trying to put you in a predicament where you are stuck with them and you cannot leave, because men are never going to admit it, but they hate the fact that they have to try to force women's hands to get them to deal with them, because naturally women don't want to fucking deal with him. Okay? When women have money, when women have their own purpose, when women have their own hobbies, and when women love themselves, men are not in the equation. And they are grasping at fucking straws, trying to come up with more formulations, trying to come up with more tactics to figure out how are we going to get these women to want to deal with us. They're doing everything they possibly fucking can instead of doing what we're asking them to do, which is to go to therapy, do the inner work, heal your trauma, undo your patriarchal conditioning. They don't want to do that because they rather get the benefits that they get from sucking on another guy's dick instead of actually doing the inner work to unbreak the chains of patriarchy. So this whole thing of, oh, well, I don't care about your education and I don't care about your degree. Yeah, it's to make you feel bad about getting a degree because you now have put yourself in a position where you don't need their asses. And at the end of the day, you're saving yourself. You're sparing yourself. So many women I know have been stuck in 10, 20, 30, 40-year marriages that they fucking hate because financially they never put themselves in a position to be able to leave in the first place.